So this is the assignment for second semester Latin at WSU and second year Latin at the independent school. The date is on the assignment. Monday, the 5th of March. Sorry, I'm recording this from a hospital room, so there might be extraneous noise. The bed, for example, seems to make an awful lot of noise. But I'll do the best I can. This is a two-part assignment where I've given you a text. Sentences are lettered A through double E. And then below that, although this you should do first, is the vocabulary, a running vocabulary, by which we mean a vocabulary that goes in the same order as the text. Okay, that's why I've taken the trouble to write the sentence letter at the head of each new sublist. Okay. Now I will go through the vocabulary with you and giving you translation information, and occasionally I'll ask you to write down extra information aside from just the meaning of the word. Please do this, and if you know the meaning of the word already, if it's et or something, I don't care. But there'll be several occasions where I'll want you to have written down grammatical information. So here we are. It's a 180 word vocabulary. Most of these are repeats of words you know. So, Ludi Circensis is the title. The Circensis Games, Ludi. Again, this is this odd duality in Latin. So I told you many times between ludus, a school, and a ludi, games. And circenses is just the adjective, a strange adjective form of the word, of Latin words. So circus is the noun, but circense is the adjective. It's just this forum is the noun, and forensis is the adjective. Oxford in Latin is Oxonii. The person from Oxford in Latin is Oxoniensis. Cis, singular person from Oxford. Okay. Well, that was a long diversion to start with, but let's go ahead. Paucis postiibus, an expression you've seen several times. A few after days, as after a few days. Quintus, this properly speaking goes with be, but never mind. Quintus, cum, this is a subordinate clause marker. So I want you to mark it, take a note that this is starts a subclause. Never mind technically what the meaning of what a subordinate clause is. Your only task will be to identify them when you see them, or understand how they differ from main clauses. Okay. When, oh, sorry. We'll get to that one later. No, this is with. Sorry about that. With his dad, Quintus, with his dad, ad ludum to school of Orbi, was ambling. Okay. Quintus was ambling with his father to the school of Orbi. Remember, his father is his pedagogue while he's in Rome. So he's there to come along with him and make sure he doesn't get in trouble. Iam, this is C, iam ad forum advenerunt, advenerat, now to the forum they had come. This is the past perfect form of the verb I've told you about. when, this is the subordinate clause starter I thought. Okay. Not hard to, not easy to type lying on your back sometimes, I've noticed. So this is when, so he comes to the forum with his father, when audivit, there's no subject, alternative subject here, just accusatives, he heard aliquam, someone, vocantem, so this is an adjective that goes with the noun aliquem, calling him. That is, this must refer to the subject, whoever does the heing. Yeah, he heard. He respexit, he looked back, and Marcum vidit. So take note that Marcum must come second in the English translation and cannot come first. And saw Marcus. What was Marcus doing when he came to him? Running to him, running himward. So the same sort of construction you had here in number 20, calling him. Now they use again, running to him. F. Ille ubi accesit quois quinte, inquit. He, that is the second person here, Marcus, ubi, another subclause starter, accesit, approached, says, inquit, quois, quinte, where are you going to? G, quintus ad ludum nimerum festinum. Quintus says, I hasten to school. H. Marcus, noli nugas narrare inquit. Marcus says, noli nugas narrare, don't talk nonsense. If you want to be slyly critical of someone's work, you can say that it was a bit nugatory, a bit on the nugatory side, meaning it was just full of details, random information, little nothings. So don't tell nonsense, he says. Letter I, feriae sunt, which in English we have to translate it is a holiday, although Latin has it plural here. Odie, nemo ad ludum ire debet. Today, no one debet ought ire go to school. No one should go to school. Venemecum ad circum maximum praetor ludos magnificos populos dat. Venemecum, an order form, singular, come with me to the Circus Maximus. This is a form that we don't translate, like all the place names in Rome. We just put everything in the nominative. So this is accusative because it's in a prepositional phrase in Latin. We put it in the nominative form no matter what. Second part, this should be 2 sentences, but okay. The praetor, that is the guy who is in charge of the city, or of a certain aspect of the city, this is giving, the praetor is giving ludos magnificos, magnificent games, and a recipient for the games, the people. This is supposed to have been the strategy of the Roman emperors later on, if you gave the common people panem et circenses, bred in circuses. Get this right. For some reason, N just repeats L. I don't know why. So skip it. And O, Quintus, qui ludo circenses nemquam viderat. So this starts another subordinate clause. Just going to get used to these until I'm tired of them. Subordinate clause, Quintus, who had seen ludo circenses circus games, never. Now the main clause, volebat Marco parere, was willing, so this is the vol of volition, volunteer, will, to obey Marcus. Unfortunately, in Latin, there are several verbs that start off par in the stem. One is, the one you know already, is parare, to prepare. Okay. This one means to obey. Sed pater cautus erat, but his dad was cautus, cautious. Multi scelesti inquit talibus ludis adsunt. There are present multi scelesti, many no-goodniks, at such games. So this tells you the location, and this tells you who are present there. Okay, orar, periculosum est, it is dangerous. Sed Marcus Quintum transforum iam ducebat. But Marcus was leading Quintus transforum, across the forum already. Flaccus se vertit et domum rediit. Flaccus turned, you don't have to translate this, but it's himself, and returned home. Ubi ad circum advenerant, should be Circus Maximus, I guess. There's more than one circus in Rome. They arrived. Ingens turba aderat, a huge, colossal crowd there was present. Sentence V, multa milia curium multi feminae, viri feminae puri ad portas concurrebant. Many thousands of citizens, and now it describes the citizens somewhat more fully, men, women, children, concurrebat, were running together ad portas, to the gates. Okay, so this is not the Colosseum that that people think about in Rome. That was not built for another 100 years. Okay. Quintus and Marcus intrare vix poterant. They could enter scarcely, so they did enter, but it was a problem. Tandem loca vacua invenerunt et sederunt. At last, then the verb you have to take up first, they found, loca vacua, empty seats. And then why? And sat. So they did two things. They found and they sat. Why? Maxima pompa iam per circum contendebant. So the subject of the next verb is going to be maxima contendebant. the greatest procession or a very big procession. Pompa is, as you know, related to our word pompous. So a pompous person is somebody who appears to be on parade at all times. So the maximal parade already was contending, that is, making its way per circum through the circus. Now he's going to describe it in some detail, so we better go fast. There are flute players who are leading the procession. Then soldiers. What they were doing was carrying images of the gods, paintings and so forth, simulacra. Postremo, finally, plurimi, this probably goes with the next one, very, very many agitatores, chariot drivers, were driving kurus quadriugos, 4-horse chariots, slowly. Okay. There's a small chariot attached to, with one man in it, being driven by 4 horses. Very dangerous. Tandem pampa confecta erat. At last, the procession was completed. Okay. Duodecim kuros. Duodecim is 12. Kuros. So duodecim chariots. In carceribus, in the starting gate. It means a prison, but that's because the gate won't let you leave. We're standing, so 12 chariots were standing in the starting gate. Ad primum cursum parati, ready for the first course, or the first race. Praetor solio surrexit signum quae dedit. The praetor, the guy in charge of the games, rose from his seat and gave the signal. Continuo e carceribus evoluerunt equi. So equi is the subject, the horses. Evoluerunt, vola means fly. So they flew out of the starting blocks. Right away, and FF, the last sentence, FF. All the spectators were clamabat, they were shouting, et agitatores incitabat, and were urging on the chariot drivers.